Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019, Pro Cyclist Stage Racer, episode number 17. We're into the last two races of the season. We've got a cobbled classic and a sprint classic for those two races, so not much in terms of any chance at us getting anything out of it. So we're going to skip straight forward to the end. Michael Matthews, Campanarts, Caleb Ewan are all here, so we are very much out of our element and overmatched by some quality opponents, but we'll do what we can anyway. So we'll skip forward to the end, and then we'll also do the same with that last race, and then we're moving on to a new season with a new team and a contract that will earn us in a month what we've earned this entire year. Just under 100k to go, 5 cobbled sections and the finish. It's ultimately a sprint, totally a day for Michael Matthews. Breakaway has 9 riders. They've got 2.5 minutes lead. I've already put my work in for the day, so my job is done. Now I just need to try to get to the end and see how well I can do. A lot of that will depend on these cobbled sections. The first one just a few K away. So we'll see how intense it is. And that'll largely determine whether I could even be in the final group or whether I'll get dropped before the end. So 2 stars, 900 meters is all. That's not bad at all. Here we go.
Things for sure when it comes to cobbled sections. There will always be a fight at the front as the riders enter. It's vital to be at the front to avoid falls or breaks in the peloton.
Should be pretty easy to navigate.
They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Speed it up till the next time through. Gap coming down at the front. We've pulled back 15-20 seconds now. Coming up on round number 2. It's the same one. As we push through, there's the section right there, and we're already done with it. Speed it back up. 3 to go. Expect the pace is going to start picking up, so I'll kind of anticipate, be ready for that. Okay, coming up. Once again. Here we go. 3rd time through, holding my position nicely in the front, but you can see just how quickly I drop back from the front to the middle, even though effort is 87. Let's go see what's going on in the break ahead. My teammate Kroll is still there, along with 7 other riders. 1 has been dropped off the back. Their lead is down to right at a minute. We'll stay with this group until we hit it the next time, and then we'll jump back to our group. Okay, that 1 rider is reeled in. Now we have 1 rider going off the front alone. Markand. So you can see it with the 98% fitness. I've got a little bonus on the day, but not really where it matters. The resistance helps a little bit. It was a longer stage too. The stamina. Woo! Look at that. Nice. The motorbike. Give it a good old shake. Wow, we're already through it. We've just about caught these guys. 45 seconds now. 6 riders left off the front. Markand's already been brought back in. You can see that the group is definitely splitting up, and I'm also starting to fade. We only have 1 time left to get through. You can see just how long it's taking me to recover my position. Ooh, big crash. That's leaving a lot of riders behind. There's Kroll. Breakaway group brought back in, minus 1 rider. It's Markand again. If it were a stage race, he'd be wearing the red number tomorrow. You can see I don't have much left. Otema doing the best right now within the group. I do not have leader status, even though we are down to 5 riders now.
There's nobody out
Dang,
in front.
Vandenberg,
So
6
it's
minutes
back to
down.
20
Just like
kilometers
that,
to go.
Bootsfeld's 2.5 minutes down.
It's going to
No
hurt
break,
them.
91 riders left. It's our last little uphill. Ooh, that's the finish too. It's a little uphill finish. Didn't see that. But you can see 88 was blinking red there for a moment, so that's pace-wise, we're definitely pushing things now, and I am fading. Made it this far. 83 riders now, more slipping off the back. I'm getting a little bit of recovery here. But here comes a big acceleration. Oh, Vandenberg is the withdrawal there. So far down. $30 riders here in the group. And we are coming up. Use my gel now. We're coming up on the section. I'm going to really struggle because if I keep the pace up, this is just going to destroy me, even though it's only 2 stars. I need to ease up. Hope that I don't get dropped.
And are better at absorbing vibrations. This takes a lot of strain off the rider's forearms.
3 of us left. I make it through. Fading now, though. The acceleration. Yep, there you go. Done. Recovering. 21 riders off the front, though. I'm in the second group. I'm not sure where this split is. The split's like right here. If these guys can close the gap, I could still be in the main group, maybe. I'm the front of the team now, though. It's all together. Back in it. 47 riders at the front. It's 6K to go. The little uphill suits me a little bit, but I have no energy, so you can see just how easily I am dropped here. Otema and Cruel now in the group. See, I'm just sliding backwards with the low energy. It's all coming back together, though. Really surprising. 68 riders to contest this thing.
And there's an attack at the front. He could go all the way.
I start sliding forward as best I can.
There goes the sprint.
Get out of my way here.
Giving their all. He snatched.
Caleb Ewan takes the sprint win. Pascal Ackerman second. Michael Matthews third. I'm nowhere near the top 20. I'm still front of my team. Kroll finishes just behind me. Oh, Otema finishes just ahead. Kroll just behind. 61st. Those cobble sections really do me in. I have just an awful cobble rating. So it really does some damage on the stage as a whole. It's not just within there. From what I understand of the attributes, what I've heard as of a couple years ago with no update coming for PCM 19 at this point, the cobble rating not only affects how you do over the cobble section, your speed over there, which is very, very low for me, meaning it uses a lot of energy to maintain position or even drop back some. Excuse me. But it does have a minor effect on your flat rating, which my flat rating already is quite low. And as I had no team support, no one protecting me, there was no one to help compensate for that. So very much on my own. Either way, had no expectations for that one. We did complete our job as a teammate, and of course the standing in the team doesn't matter at all anymore, as we've only got one race left now that this one's in the books. But it still picks up some experience points, pushing us towards that next level.
And just in case you missed them, here are the race highlights.
So as I come to the end of my career with Medic, I've got 10 youth victories, I've got 3 continental amateur-based race victories. It's good on the youth side of what I've been able to do. But as we go into this last race, well, it's another youth race. Now, I've been assigned team again, teammate. I've already taken care of that objective, so I'm ready to ride for myself the rest of the way. Most of the team was actually given the objective of puncher outsider. Looking at the final double climb there, I can see why. There's not much distance to cover. I mean, we're down to 40k now, so that's less than 10k from the finish. We're going to go ahead and try to hit that as well and go for it. I mean, I'm no sprinter, so it's not like I'm going to win a sprint. What's the use of a top 10 in a youth if I squeeze my way in there on a sprint? Or we go for the punchy break early, see if we can't open up a little a gap and maybe hold it with a flat rating of 62. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but it's worth a shot, right? So we'll speed things up for a little bit longer here. We've still got 30k to go. Three riders off front, they're down to 30 seconds. They've been attacking each other for a while too, so they will definitely not be a problem. But as we close in, let's go ahead and bring it back down to road level. There is the 20k to go banner. You can see the punchy climb is right about 10k, so we are coming up on it here fairly soon. Pace in the field is actually doing a lot of damage. That's kind of a good thing because a lot of riders... what's going on? Why am I sliding backwards? Are you telling me that there's like 40 riders that are all trying to lead out at the front right now?
The riders have upped the pace. There are just 15 kilometers left.
Here we go. I want to be near the front on the first one and then attack the second one. First one's too short. Let's go ahead and use the gel now. This is the time to make that happen and get away. Here we go. Here's the first one. And I'm actually already up near the front. In a good position here. Okay, we're up to the front.
Only 10 kilometers left. You see that? You can read the pain on the
Here we go. We're about to hit number 2, and the field has split up, at least at the moment. This is it. Okay, we're attacking here. Gel's working as well. Really, am I that bad of a sprinter? I'm not the only one sprinting. It's actually not a bad thing. There could be a couple of us. About to hit the top of the climb here. Drop to relay. Oh, come on, dude. Help me out here. 2-man break. We've got 50 seconds. I don't have much energy to the finish left. But if he can take a turn...
5 kilometers remaining.
37 seconds. 21 riders giving chase. It's 4K. I just exhausted my energy, though. He never came over the top to give me a turn. 3K to go. 25 seconds. We still have a chance on this. At this point, it looks like I've got no chance of beating him in the sprint, but we're 30 seconds out. It looks like we've got a top 2. 1K to go. Sprint.
There we go. The sprint is on. The riders are setting
That's second place, though. I'm no sprinter, but hey, we're still in a second place. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Third place. Oh, funny. 3 riders get off the front of the peloton just far enough out to get into it at the end. Johansson hangs on as he took advantage over the top of following me. I got us far enough away to have a chance, but then not enough energy, so Johansson played me well on that one. But hey, I got on the podium. I got 3rd place with no expectations of anything on what essentially was and should have been a sprint stage. And I'm not a puncher. Not really. I mean, especially with a resistance score like that, but I've got a good hills rating, and it was enough to open up a little gap. Funny that the sprinters end up sandwiching us, but I still get on the podium. And that's the season in the books. So we'll see what the final tally was before we head into Season 2. And we'll wrap this puppy up. Yeah, there you go. There's the field just chasing us down. There was my little sprint just fading, and I sit up, just cruising towards the line. And then here comes those top 3 sprinters. And wow, that is so close. So close to second and so close to 5th. I'll take 3rd. That ends up providing a solid 37 points. And unfortunately, those youth races haven't been providing points. So here's the outlook. It looks like the top 18 are the same. So no change in World Tour rankings. My new team, Caja Rural, is 23rd best, so they're going to be the 4th best Continental Pro team. 5th? No. Yeah, 5th best Direct Energy. Sitting at 3.5 stars there. Throwing things off a little bit visually. Continental rankings. 28th on the season. There's a few days left in the season, but we'll just check it out now. So 28th is the final standings in Continental rankings. It's not bad for our first season. Super Prestige, though, not quite as nice. We are well off the pace. But of course, all those youth victories were all for naught. Regardless of what the point total should have been, there should have been a point total, not 0. But unfortunately, that's exactly what we had. So it's stuck at 0 for the season, despite all those victories. So even if it was only, say, 10 points apiece, I mean, that would have been 100 points, plus, like a 3rd place here, plus stage victories, whatever, that it would have brought our total up a lot higher than it did. But regardless, we'll be moving on away from the youth races next season as we move up to Continental Pro, and we'll focus on those Continental races. Who knows, maybe we'll appear in a few World Tour races as well next season. In terms of victories, the victories counted, and our 13 total was good enough for equal on 3rd best in the world, with Wouter Wippert taking 26 victories this season and Brian Cockard taking 17. Great season for those two. Of course, that's Continental Pro riders and Continental riders in Wippert, who emerged on top and consistently won sprints. Those are both sprinters. But it's Simon Yates with the most of the stage racers. There's Peter Sagan also with 13. Your Mr. Do-It-All, classics, sprints. Just about any race he could win other than high mountain finishes. And then there's another Continental rider. So only Yates and Sagan, World Tour riders on top, but Geraint Thomas up there as well with 12. Ineos dominating the World Tour rankings. Movistar 2nd best. Cofidis, Direct Energy on top. My upcoming team, Caja Rural, did not score terribly well this season, so we'll see what we can do contributing-wise to them next season. My team that I'm leaving behind actually had a pretty good season. We certainly contributed to that. Super Prestige score quite a bit lower there. So we didn't pick up major points in that department. But with those 13 victories, well, the team only had 2 otherwise, so that dropped us down the order a little bit. See Ineos well clear with 53 victories this season, and Decathlon Quick-Step, who came out of nowhere seemingly a couple of years ago, has now become a dominant force in victory tallies over the last couple of seasons. And a really solid season for Bora Hansgrohe with 44. And Evo Pro, the amazing season, 27 victories. And I think, 26 of those were Whipper. And finally, in the World Tour, the World Rankings, the World Tour is the UK dominating that one over the Netherlands. And then Colombia. Continental, it's France, Italy, Belgium. Super Prestige, UK, Netherlands, Colombia, same top 3. Victories, 99 for France, 97 for Italy. Dang, look at those totals. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this season. We're going to move on to January 1st now, and the new season coming up. I definitely should not be leveling it up before the 1st of January, but there should be some new points coming our way. We'll be at least a little bit closer. On to a new season now. We start with a month ticking by, and with a couple months ticking by, November, December, now January, we're just 50 points away from our next level. With the close of the transfer market, of course, last season, biggest move is Movie Star, who took Geraint Thomas. Sagan went to EF Education First. Miguel Angel Lopez went to EF Education First as well, so big pickups for them. Niels Pollitt to Boro Hansgrohe. Van der Poel to Katusha Alpecin. Landa to Astana. Martin and Christoph both leaving UAE for Ducanic. Simon Yates to Ineos. Yes, that's right. Roglic to Bahrain Merida, and Rowan Dennis to Jumbo Visma. This is the time to, of course, change my schedule, and we are ready for the preseason, so I need to get into my season objectives, and the automatic is we're going to put it on very high, and then we're going to set our races for the year. Tour de Suisse. Yes, please, that would be awesome. Bink Bank is not going to be one of my targets for the year. Thank you very much. I suppose we could just kind of go one by one. But the Burgos, that would be a good one. Definitely not that. What I really need to do is I need to do it this way. Based on the calendar, what do I want my objectives to be? Because knowing my rider and knowing how the Fitness Peak works when you're a grand champion, we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks early. So I need to employ what I've put into my own tutorials here, especially for the Pro Cyclist mode, and I need to figure out what I want my major races to be. Oman, certainly a good one. Paris-Nice, oh yes, thank you. Okay, Paris-Nice could be our first target. So how are we looking? That's 2 weeks. So Bruges de Pain. That's going to be our first. Oh, training. Yeah, there it is. Oh, come on. Where is it? Not a choice. Okay, I think I need to go back and check the date on the calendar. It is, Paris-Nice is middle of March. So I want something at the end of March. That's a little late. A little better. There we go. Now we're getting to end of March. Ah, that's the race I was looking for. Okay, so that's 2 weeks. And let's see, how much racing would I need to do for it to be 2 weeks early? Because the standard is 11, so I would need 9 days of racing. Do I have 9 days of racing on my calendar in the 8 weeks leading up to that? Well, I'd want it hitting before here, so do we have 9 days prior to this? That's 6. That's 10. But is that 8 weeks prior to this? Right about the 1st of February? Yeah, right about the 1st of February. So that should work out. We should hit that fitness peak right there, right around the first day of Paris-Nice, maybe the second day of Paris-Nice. The first 3 days are sprint stages anyway, so that is fine by me. There's our first objective set for the year. On to the second. Now this was May until later, so what do we have? Look down here. Liège, Bastogne Liège would be awesome, but I am not at level 13, not even close yet. Asturias would be good. That definitely would suit me, wouldn't it? Okay, what about into June? Tour de Suisse, yes. Apparently I've already got an invite to Tour de Suisse. So absolutely, I would love to be informed for that, because also a few days later is the USA Championships. So we want to hit our peak. Well, time trial on stage 1, but the climbs are 5, 6, 7, and a full time trial at the end. So somewhere around stage 3, so around the 17th. If we hit it on the 17th and we last for a few weeks, or a couple weeks, it's 11 days later, so even the 15th would be good. So somewhere around 15th to 17th. USA Championships would 2 weeks early, right? If we're talking 2 weeks early, that's the 14th. That's a good time for it. What level am I at right now, though? Fitness peak. I'm already level 2. That's 2 weeks now. I should have at least one. I'll have one more level well before then. So yeah, we'll be at the full 28 days. Okay, that's good. That's good. So we have. I think the USA Championships would be the ideal time, because then we can hit it early, get Tour de Suisse, and have it last long enough for the USA Championships. Now I've got to count how many days of racing prior to this I have through the end of April. So there is 1 day. There is 7 days, 10 days, 11, 14, 17 days of racing. That's a lot. What's that going to push me? Two weeks and a few days. So 2 weeks and a few days earlier if I set it to the US. So about 17 days early is going to make it about the 11th. But if it lasts 28 days, it'll get me all the way through Tour de Suisse. I waste a few days, though. Do I have anything USA Road Race Championships on the 1st? That would be better. Or do I go push all the way to the Österreich Rundfahrt? I don't know if I could push that late. What's the period here? And what would 17 days early look like there? Plus, I'd be a week later, so I might remove a couple days of racing if that was the case. Then all of a sudden I'd be back to 2 weeks. And what's 2 weeks before that? You got 1 week would push you back to here. 1 week would push you back to the middle of the Tour de Suisse. So I think I need to target the USA Championships if I can. That one. That's what we'll target. Cover what we can. That could be a really good month for me. Really big month. Okay, and a final period here. We definitely want it to be after that on when it expires. So it's going to be late season for this one. So we'll kind of look from here. What do we want? My last one's going to be a little less organized. This center part, middle part of the season, is going to be the most important. World Championships. The World Championships are in the US for this season. So the game's finally adopted a revolving World Championship model. A cobbled sprint that's not built for us, though. And we're already now into October and the end of the season. And I don't see anything on the calendar that suits us whatsoever besides maybe this. And this is, I mean, we're okay. Grand Prix de Wallonie. There's a couple races. There's a few punchy races. It's all classics for us through this part. Deutschland Tour could be one of our better targets. A weak end of the season for us. Now there's a target. That is a month and a half later, which means I'd be needing to hit that next peak almost right away. So let's aim for a couple weeks after this, or just under 2 weeks after, 23rd or just after. There, 26th. 13 days later. That's a good target because we'll roll straight into that next fitness peak for the most part. So it might start us a week in. Alright, there you go. There's our objectives. Planned out very carefully. We're going to move forward one day. Now, I only have the 15 points for the year, so it's not like I can really do much to change my schedule. And we'll see how this year progresses. I'll have at least till April to make a decision on next year, whether I want to stay with Caja Rural for a second season or whether I want to break into the World Tour. In terms of victories, I have a lot left to be desired in the Continental rankings. But I don't need to dominate the Continental rankings. It's the World Tour that I want to dominate. So I don't necessarily mind going and being a teammate and going for minor races occasionally. Could happen. Oh my goodness. We have a new sponsor. Caja Rural is now Antwerp. Okay, so, mind blown ever so slightly anyway. And let's focus. Refocus. Training hard. And could probably use this as our first break week. We'll break that week. This one doesn't matter because we're racing that whole week anyway, but this will have to be a break week. And that'll probably be our next break week. There we go. An odd break week. How is our really? So you're completely okay here, huh? I guess it's true. I don't need to break as often. I have the effect of taking a break is a lot better. I could train a lot harder this season than I could in the past. Wow, that's all the way to the end of the year. Easily maintaining high fitness. We have one little drop here. Aha. Ooh, right there at the end of the season. Take a break there. There you go. Very high fitness level all season long. So that's a really nice arc. No fatigue throughout the season. Calendar is already built. So it looks like we are about ready to roll. Let's meet our new team. Of course, I don't know much about them yet, as we have not leveled up those skills yet to discover who we're riding with for the most part. But here is Jonathan Restrepo. And let's see. Any other names that I know? Tarme. Frederick Backart. Not a lot of known quantities for me, anyway. But contract, always telling. Christian Rodriguez. Aberasturi. Okay, yeah, I know who that is. And Jonathan Restrepo. So those are the big three riders. Aaron Burrow is up there a little bit on pay scale. Tarme is up there. So there you go. There's our team, and I think we're ready to move into our first race of the year. But with a week to go until that happens, or a month to go until that happens, we're going to have to roll through a bit of time. And actually, is that after? Are we going to be leveling up before then? Ooh, last day. Last day of the month will be when we begin that. But with everything set and ready to go, and actually it looks like I have 60 points to spend, so I can make more changes that I want. Either way, the team does not begin. We're not heading to Australia, so we will not be participating in any of that. That's the kind of race I'd like to participate in. So maybe I'll make a few changes to the calendar. This season, huh? I'll take a look at it, though. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and we'll get set for our first race for the beginning of the next episode. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm the Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.